Om Namo Narayanaya.
And now, Pujya Atman Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda ji commences tonight's satsang with a Sanskrit peace chant.
Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We begin this mystic song by Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda, played and sung by Sri Swami Umananda and Rajneesh.
Our song tonight is called O Holy Mother, Touch Me. Oh, Holy Mother, touch me. It is of you I dream, riding on a swan with snowy road, with jasmine flowers on the with your music of wisdom. Oh, let me look into the beauty of your eyes. I adore you, oh Mother with shining jewel. The illusion of desert sand conceals you, like the white mist of morning. You disappear. Bestow upon me that freedom of the wind. If I could only see your golden smile, let me keep your footprints in my heart. I must shine like a moon in blue skies. Oh, release me with a dewdrop of your grace. Om Saraswati Namaha. Om Saraswati Namaha. We are recording from the ashram of our revered Guru, Pujya Atman Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda in Miami, Florida. Today is June the 9th, 2021, Wednesday evening, and tonight Swamiji will be lecturing on the Yoga Vasistha. This is Series 2018, class number 343. And now Pujya Atman Sri Swami Jyotirmayananda.
Om Brahmanandam Param Sukhadam Kevalam Gyan Murtim Dvandvatitam Gagan Sadrisham Tattamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om. Adorations to Sadguru, who is Brahman, the giver of supreme bliss, embodiment of pure consciousness, one without a second, vast as the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond the three gunas and their modifications, the supreme preceptor. Yoga Vasistha, in Nirvana Prakarana Purvardha, section 85, how to remove ignorance. Kumbha Muni continues to impart wisdom to King Shikhidwaja. Always remember, Kumbha Muni is Chudala, Queen Chudala. Ignorance is the root problem for every soul. As long as overpowered by ignorance, the soul will be subject to bhava-vyadhi, disease of the world process. And that disease is cycle of birth and death. And gaining things that are never permanent. Things that are always transient, like mirage, illusory. By the practice of viveka and vairagya, you can cut off the branches of ignorance. If you perform your duties without attachment, without seeking a reward for your actions, you will be able to discover the root of this tree. Then you may destroy it. Abhyasa and vairagya. Abhyasa is repeated effort. All basic sadhana, which is integral yoga, your karma, your bhakti, your dhyana, meditation, meditative movement, and your jnana, your movement towards understanding and wisdom. All these four are four chords of your veena. Your veena is your personality. The veena and the four chords, they have very little value. But how much value it gains depends upon how much melody you allow to flow through the veena. How much musical talent you will learn. Otherwise, you learn donkey talent. When you have donkey talent, your veena has no value. It's a source of trouble. The primary objective before a seeker is to find the root and destroy it. And that root is ignorance. Thus, the chitta that supports the tree of ignorance is totally destroyed. As we have explained, chitta, destroying chitta is an allegorical term, not to be taken literally. Chitta becomes chit. Chitta is like a show, film show, which has a blend of screen and projection. Always you are involved in every experience. The blend of chitta and chit. Chit plus projection becomes chitta. Chit is pure awareness. The pure screen. It is not telling you any story. But projection creates story after story. Cutting off the branches continues a secondary measure. Branches are controlling the senses, controlling your mind, going after the trunk of the tree, the vasanas, subtle desires, and so forth. The whole description you can have in a poetic way. So if you simply go on cutting the branches, you are not resolving the problem of misery. Ignorance continues. But cutting the branches, I try to understand, it means changing your qualities of life, changing your goodness. You are good to your children. Now you become good to neighbors around you. You realize your being more good will make you more successful in your business. So, continue to be gooder and goodest. I'm joking. So that type of goodness, virtue that is completely colored by your egoistic vision. Every virtue must pay you and give you a benefit. That's called sakamya dharma. But it is for every individual, these are all different stages. You start from a dull state, then you become a little bit better, until you become a little moderate type of aspirant. And then you become real, keen aspirant. So it has all stages. In other words, when you become more progressive, virtues you practice not for improving your embodiment, but attaining liberation, moksha. If moksha word, liberation is the goal, then your virtuous qualities begin to shine brighter and brighter and brighter. They never fade. They go to perfection. Try to understand that point. In early stage, think of the virtue of kshama, forgiveness. You begin to practice, and you practice it with sweat, with swathe. And let me remind you of the meaning of swathe. Doing bhed from swa, atma, swa plus bhed, allowing you to follow a vision that you are different. The scriptures talk about Brahman, that's your swa, like the sun. But you are exercising the idea, I am. perfectly settled in my part. I'm perfect. And I'm going to be more shining, not staying up in the sky, stuck somewhere. But I will be progressive. I will have a bigger part. I will have a bigger status. I have better embodiment. Why do we think of a coming embodiment? I'm going to shine materially, and fulfillment of egoistic will. So that's your goal. So that causes perspiration, all your misery and tension. But when you develop a bhed, an understanding that there is between the swa, the self, and your ego, there is a difference. Between the self and your whole body and identity, there is big difference. As body identity, that's not, you are not that reality. You are not really the body. Even in your dream, you have a body and you are identified with it. But your real personality in daily life is totally different from your dream body. So there is a bhed between what you appear to be and what you are essentially. That bhed is brought into your attention by the practice of viveka, discrimination. And vairagya, detachment. And viveka and vairagya continue to progress gradually. O king, inquiry into who am I is the fire that can consume this tree from its very root. The root, when ignorance is destroyed, chitta also is destroyed. What remains is chit, pure awareness. And how is it accomplished? Inquiry into who am I. And that is the project of the Vedas. Through 4 great utterances, Prajnanam Brahma. Brahman is pure awareness, and that is what you are. Tattvamasi. You are not this body, mind, intellect, ego. You are that Brahman. And when you begin to listen to this teaching, Tattvamasi, the Upadesh, thou art that. And when you listen to it, and when you begin to practice, your practice is in the form of asserting and understanding. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. And end result, I am Atma Brahman. A revelation that what you have been looking for, you have been that reality. By understanding who are you, you come to realize I am not the reflected sun. I don't have to compete with so many other reflected suns. I don't have to find a better status. I am the sun. And even though during lifetime there appears to be separation, as the yogi live, there is the sun and there is a reflected sun. But the reflected sun is in a type of jar of water, where water is under complete control. It maintains its stillness in spite of all troubles and turmoils. Troubles and turmoils become little gentle waves, not refracting the light of the self. Reflection becomes very clear. And then that state is Jivan Mukti. When karma is over, prarabdha karma, there is nothing but the absolute self. But for a sage, even while the prarabdha karma continues, there is nothing but Brahman, the absolute. King Shikhidwaja said, I have inquired into the nature of the self. I am not this body, mind and senses. Just like a student having learned something, he repeats it before the teacher. I have learned what you have said. And what have you learned? Now he repeats it. I am not the world consisting of the earth and the sky. I know that ego rises from the divine self like a cloud of impurity in the sky. The sky has no color, but the blueness develops. And the sky becomes more defined by clouds. As clouds swirl in the sky, a piece of the sky seems to dance along with the clouds. And that piece of the sky sometimes increases in extension, sometimes decreases and becomes very little. The sky is going through all these troubles. It has become colored, blue. That's by vasana. And it has gone through so many limitations and is swirling constantly. That's mala. Impurities create that status of your I am. Your I am is constantly whirling around. Your vikshepa turns yourself into like the blue sky. You are not seeing the sky. The eye vision limits itself. And wherever your vision is limited, the whole dimension looks like the beautiful blue sky. But the sky holds all the secrets. Your vasanas hold all secrets of your deeper life. And when all this illusion moves away, there is nothing but the pure sky, sky of consciousness. This ego sense, now Shikhidwaja is presenting his insight to seek improvement from the Guru, who is Kumbh Muni. How can this visible world be rendered void? How can this perceptible body be realized as an illusory development? Kumbh Muni replied, whatever exists without a cause is illusory. Your body exists without a cause. If you say that cause is your parents, you are wrong. Your parents have passed away, yet your body exists. If you say that the body is caused by the Creator, this too is wrong, because the Creator is Himself an illusory manifestation, like a mirage in a desert. This type of insight is not easy to grasp, because for the world, for the masses, religion stops, for the majority of people, stops with Brahma. Brahma finds all the answers to your problems. Brahma is the creator. And when the creator improves your situation, it is based on karmas. The very role of creator exists as long as there is a soul seeking evolution. The Creator Himself is Brahman qualified by Maya, Prakriti. And therefore, anything that comes within the range of Prakriti, within the confines of Prakriti, is like a magical show. So even the role of Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, all gods, those roles are transient roles. The role of Ishvara is transient. What is then the reality? Brahman. What does it mean? Should we not worship Ishvara? Yes. But worship Ishvara to understand that Ishvara is your Ishta Devata. He is the ultimate deity. Whoever is your Ishta Devata, he is Brahman. You can choose any Ishta Devata. There is no need to go into big turmoil. Which one is really Brahman? Shiva is Brahman or Vishnu is Brahman? And then go on fighting. Some saying Shiva, some saying Vishnu, some saying both of them, and so forth. But not so. Ishta is absolute Brahman. In relation to Brahman, all Sagun form, Sagun Sakar, as well as Sagun Nirakar, both aspects of God, are in the realm of Maya. Brahman, therefore, is far greater than these two aspects. This is not meant to affect your devotion, but meant to promote devotion, which is called Ananya Bhakti, absolute devotion, devotion that is unaltered, unchanging, unshaken. Only a deep-rooted understanding of the illusory nature of the world will dissolve the ego sense which sustains vasanas of the chitta. Now, in order to progress towards liberation, Vivek and Vairagya have to be promoted. Vivek, a constant separation. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am not the ego. This I am saying in one movement, but it requires your understanding day by day. And when we say not, it doesn't mean that you disturb your practical reality. I am not the body. It doesn't mean that you begin to neglect the health of your body. I am not the mind. That doesn't mean that you don't use your mind. So we have to understand all those points. And again, pointing out the basics. Mala, Vikshepa and Avarana. These three have to be overcome. Mala, gross impurity. But in order to remove your gross impurity, your life must be involved with performing good work, righteous deeds, nishkamya karma, what's known as karma yoga. And similarly, to remove vikshepa, you have to let bhakti and dhyana develop more and more. Devotional movement to God. Love of God has a profound effect on your vasanas. Your subtle meditations are influenced by love. Love is the process that brings out a melody, and melody reaches deep into your mind. Whenever you are hearing bhajan with songs, good musicians singing in a very nice tone, you hear the words, but at the same time your head begins to dance. What is being touched is your vasana. So bhakti has its deep influence on modifying your vasanas for the better. And dhyana has again another effect, the willpower, sankalpa within you that creates in your personality vrata. Led by your will, you develop a resolve. I will live to attain liberation. That's my goal. And jnana is the ultimate removal of avarana, the veil of ignorance. Section 95. How to remove ignorance. That topic is taken up by Kumbh Muni. King Shikhidhwaja asked, if the entire universe, from the creator down to the blade of grass, is illusory, whence does pain arise in human existence? An illusory phenomenon cannot give rise to a tangible effect such as pain. It seems like a rational question. But when you begin to understand that the world you experience is like a dream, do you ask the question? When the dream is illusion, you know that it is illusion. But where did that pain come from? Where did the terror come from? And while in dreaming, the terror was real. Only when you wake up that you realize that nothing was real. But in your memory, you continue to still suffer from the negativity of your dream. Kubamuni replied, though this world is an illusory appearance, it can still cause experiences of pain because of the karmas of the soul. As long as you are experiencing the result of karmas, the result of karmas is experienced just like in a dream. Normal dream is short dream. Your karmic process and whatever you experience led by your karma is a long dream. So the world process is a long dream. Dirgha sapana. Alpa sapana, dirgha sapana. And this sapana will continue as long as the soul is being led by prarabdha karma. At this point also we have explained, for when you attain enlightenment, your entire sanchita karma burns up. Only a portion of that sanchita karma, prarabdha, continues to maintain your existence in the world. And that prarabdha, as it operates like as in everyone. Ichha prarabdha, it will be according to your will. Parecha prarabdha, you are being led by others. Anichha prarabdha, you are being compelled by acts of God. All the three types of prarabdha will continue as long as your personality exists in this world, led by your prarabdha. But once prarabdha is finished, your personality is no longer there. Physically you disappear. All other souls continue to maintain their personalities until they attain liberation. King Shikhidhwaja said, O king, this world does not exist. You are essentially the divine self. You are neither the doer nor the enjoyer. Wherever you cast your intuitive vision, there lies the expansion of the divine self. All this is nothing but Brahman. King Shikhidwaja said, I have understood the nature of the truth. I have realized the illusion of the world process. I am myself the absolute Brahman. I am pure, omniscient, and divine. Salutations to myself. There is nothing other than me. It is a great wonder that this world process, composed of time, space, change, and activity, has ceased to exist after such a long time. Brahman alone remains. Absolute reality. I am experiencing peace. I have attained liberation. I am enjoying fullness in every direction. There is no going or coming for me. I am beyond rising and setting, beyond birth and death. You are the same self. I am abiding the non-dual reality. I am supremely blissful. Section 96. Negation of the world process. Seeing that King Shikhidwaja was attaining Nirvikalpa Samadhi, resulting from absolute withdrawal of the world process, Kumbha Muni enlightened the king regarding the art of negating the world process without forceful withdrawal of the senses. King Kumbha Muni said, O king, you are awakened from the sleep of ignorance. It does not matter whether the objects continue to exist or not. They cannot induce ignorance in you. The realization of Brahman negates the illusion of the world once and forever. Therefore, there is no need to abide in Nirvikalpa Samadhi in order to rise above the world. You are the absolute self. This is the pointing to Sahaj Samadhi. That vision, that realization, I am Brahman, is the goal of Samadhi. Whoever has it is ever rooted in Samadhi, no matter how does he sit, how does he walk, how does he move. Okay, we have to hold off. and we will conclude for now. Oh, Ram, 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 Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Prayer for shower of Karuna grace over all of you with Shakti, Bhakti and Mukti. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhana Urvarukum Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat.
And we conclude for tonight and join Swamiji on Friday for the Tulsi Ramayana at 7:30.
Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.
Swamiji, thank you. Thank you.